I thought marriage was a safe place, home was warm and quiet, and love was something that could not hurt. I was wrong. My name is Lena, and this is the story of how I forgot myself inside my own house. At first, everything was small. Small words, small jokes, small looks. One morning I was making coffee. I dropped a little sugar on the table. He looked at me and smiled in that cold way. Then he said, again, "Lena, you can't even pour sugar right?" He laughed. I said sorry and cleaned it fast. He shook his head and said, "Unbelievable." That word stayed in my mind all day. The next week it was the window. I cleaned it for 1 hour, trying to make it perfect. When he came home, he looked at it for 1 second and said, "Still dirty." I told him I didn't see anything wrong. He said, "That's the problem, you don't see anything." He laughed again. I tried to smile, but something inside me broke a little more. Later that evening, I cried in the bathroom. I tried to be quiet, but he opened the door. He saw my face and said, "Are you serious? You're crying about a window?" He laughed again. Then he said, "You are so dramatic, Lena. Do you want a medal for suffering?" I said I was just tired. He said, "Tired of what? From your little job? From your small life?" I sat on the floor and cried harder. He walked away, still laughing. He never hit me. He never shouted. But he hurt me with small things. His words were soft but sharp. He made me feel stupid every day. If I forgot something, he laughed. If I spoke too much, he said, "Stop talking, Lena, it gets worse when you talk." He said I was too emotional, too sensitive, too much. Soon, I started to believe him. I tried to be perfect. I cleaned the house twice a day. I cooked his favorite food. I said sorry even before mistakes happened. "Sorry, dinner is simple." "Sorry, I'm late." "Sorry, I forgot your blue cup." Sorry for everything. I was always sorry. And still, he found something wrong. He liked to see me nervous. He liked to see me small. One Sunday, his sister came for lunch. I cooked soup and decorated the table with flowers. I wanted everything to be nice. But when I served the soup, my hand shook and one drop fell on the table. He looked at it and said, "Classic Lena." His sister laughed. He said, "She cries so fast, watch this." "Lena, it's only soup, no one died." They both laughed. My face burned. I wanted to disappear. After they left, he told me, "You embarrassed me today." I said, "You made fun of me." He said, "It was just a joke." I said, "I am not a joke." He said, "You are when you act like that." That night I couldn't sleep. I lay in bed and thought about the woman I used to be. I used to laugh easily. I used to talk without fear. Now I was quiet all the time. I walked softer, moved slower, spoke less. I tried to take less space. Even my breathing was careful. He never thanked me. Not for dinner, not for cleaning, not for working all day and still taking care of him. But he always saw mistakes. One shirt not ironed, one glass not shiny, one dish too salty. He pointed at them like he was proud to find them. He smiled that cold smile. Every time he did, I felt smaller. One evening everything changed. It was not a big fight. No shouting, no broken dishes. Just a cup of tea. I had a long day. My head hurt. My back hurt. I made tea for both of us. When I brought his cup, a few drops fell on the table. He looked at me and said, "Of course you spill it. You always spill." Then he said the words that ended something inside me. "How did I end up with you?" He said it calm, like he really meant it. He looked at me like I was a mistake. My heart went quiet. For the first time in years, I didn't cry. I didn't say sorry. I just looked at him. I saw him clearly for the first time. The man who needed to make me small so he could feel big. The man who laughed at my pain. He waited for me to cry, but I didn't. I said, "I'll clean it." I wiped the table and put the cup down. Then I went to the bedroom. I opened the closet and took a small bag. I didn't take much. 2 pairs of jeans, 3 shirts, some underwear, my toothbrush, and my passport. I left my wedding ring in the box. I didn't need it anymore. He was in the living room watching TV. He didn't notice. I moved quietly, like a ghost. I didn't look back. I walked to the door. I looked around the apartment, the couch where I cried, the table where he laughed, the window I cleaned again and again just to hear that I failed. This was not home. This was the place where I lost myself. I opened the door and stepped outside. The air felt cold and free. I closed the door behind me. He didn't call my name. He didn't even notice I was gone. People ask why women stay so long. I stayed because I thought it was my fault. I thought if I tried harder, he would love me again. I thought he was right when he said I was too sensitive. I believed his words more than my own feelings. That's how you disappear, not in one day, but slowly, piece by piece. Now I live alone in a small room. The walls are thin, and nothing matches. But no one laughs at me. I spill sugar sometimes, and I just smile. I clean it, but I don't cry. I cook simple food. I listen to music. I look out the window. The glass is not perfect. It has lines and dust, but it's mine. Everything here is mine. My space. My peace. My silence. Sometimes I still hear his voice in my head. Too sensitive. Too much. But now I answer quietly. No. I am not too much. I was just with someone too small to see my worth. I don't hate him anymore. I don't wish him pain. I just hope he remembers the woman he broke, the woman who stopped crying and walked away without a word. Because silence can be louder than any scream. Now, when I wake up, I drink my coffee slowly. I use the same cup he said I always spill from. The sugar still falls sometimes. But now, I laugh. Because I am free.